in a small town in the city of Akoko Edo in Africa. I will never forget what I saw that night. I was coming back from my uncle's house, walking past Ngozi's compound, when I heard something. Small feet, running fast. But not the way a child runs. This one was heavy, like an old man trapped in a small body. Then I saw it. It was short, no taller than my waist. Its arms were too long, its head too round. But the worst part, it had no face. Just darkness where a face should be. It stopped, turned to me, and laughed. Not a child's laugh. Not a man's laugh. Something in between. Something wrong. I could not move. Could not speak. My body refused me. Then, just like that, it vanished. That was the night I truly understood. The thing following Ngozi was real. And it was never going to leave her. Ngozi was not a wicked person. She was just unlucky. She sold vegetables in the market, never fought with anybody, never caused trouble. But somehow, bad things always happened around her. One day, a trader accused her of stealing. That same evening, the woman's only son fell sick. Another time, a man insulted her, saying she had bad luck. 2 days later, he was bitten by a snake. And the animals? Huh! Dogs barked when she passed. Chickens refused to eat food she touched. Even goats ran when they saw her. People whispered. Something is following her, they said. Something from her village. But nobody asked her. Nobody wanted to hear the answer. Because in this life, when you see something that is not your business, you face front. Then one day, an African albino man came to town from South Africa. He was not like those big pastors in fine suits. No, this one walked everywhere with his Bible, greeting people, praying for them. Some ignored him, some listened. Then he reached Ngozi's stall. She refused to look at him. He greeted her, asked if she needed prayer. She shook her head fast. No, she said. I am fine. But the albino man did not leave. He only watched her, like he was seeing something the rest of us could not see. Then, everything changed. A strong wind came from nowhere. Dust filled the market. The sky turned dark, just like that. People grabbed their things, running, covering their faces. But the missionary just stood there. Then Ngozi screamed. She dropped to the ground, shaking. Her mouth was moving, but the voice that came out was not hers. It was deep, rough, old. You cannot take her, it said. She is mine. People screamed. Some ran. Some stayed but held their distance. I wanted to run, but my legs refused. My spirit told me, stay and see this thing to the end. The missionary. He did not move. He knelt beside her, placed his hand on her shoulder, and started praying. Ngozi kicked, roared, thrashed. The ground felt like it was shaking. The wind grew stronger. But the missionary's voice, it never shook. He kept praying, kept calling the name of Jesus. Ngozi screamed one last time. A long, sharp cry that shook the air. And then, silence. The wind stopped. The air became light again. Ngozi's body went still. When she opened her eyes, she looked different. Like a heavy chain had been taken off her shoulders. She was free. After that day, everything changed. No more strange accidents. No more whispers. The dog stopped barking at her. She started laughing, talking, living. One evening, I asked her what really happened. She sighed. It came from my village, she said. A dwarf spirit. It followed me when I left home. I did not choose it. But it chose me. She was quiet for a moment. Then she said, I never thought I could be free. But she was. And me. From that day, I knew one thing for sure, some spirits are real. And when they choose you, only God can unchoose you.